Hello humans, I'm the TheAlienDoctor, but you can call me Alien, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition beta video. So before we start this video, if you have been watching these beta videos by me for a while, then you may notice that there is something a little bit different. That is because I have finally figured out a way to use the betas on my main Windows 10 version without using an Android emulator. And yeah, you could just skip over this if you aren't interested, but I just wanted to give you an update on how I have managed to do this. So previously I was using an Android emulator and a controller to play in the betas. This is so that I did not break the main version of my game, because the betas on Windows 10 are very unreliable. However, since then I have been doing a whole ton of research and I found a Minecraft Bedrock Edition version launcher. Now you may remember a couple of videos ago I showed you CarGem's Minecraft Bedrock Edition launcher. Well, I didn't show you, I kind of just spoke about it very briefly. Because, you know, a couple of YouTubers like Silent Whisperer and I can't remember who the other one is, I'm so sorry. But yeah, a couple of people had, been given an early version of that to show off. Well, it turns out CarGem made a fork from another Minecraft Bedrock Edition launcher, and I am using that very launcher. So if we just go down here and I can open it, this is it. As you can see here, it looks very similar to his. However, the problem is, as of right now, every time you try to make a new installation, it will crash, meaning you cannot play in the latest, in older versions of the game. As well as that, it doesn't update to the latest beta or the latest release. You have to manually install it. So that's why I've not made a tutorial on it, because I'm only going to be making a tutorial on it once CarGem's forked version of this current one comes out, because it's just so much more reliable and full of features. So yeah, other than that, let's get into the main video. So in this video, I will be covering both the latest Minecraft Bedrock Edition beta, which is 1.17.10.20, and also the previous one, 1.17.0.58, because the previous one didn't have that many features in it overall. Which is kind of why I am, covering them both at the same time in the same video. So the very first thing listed in the changelog is actually a vanilla parity thing. This means that they have made some parity between Java Edition and Bedrock Edition, and it is that thunderstorms will now happen as often as they do in the Java Edition version of the game. So we're in a thunderstorm right now. I did, of course, use commands to get this, but yeah. So we'll now have rain and thunder as much as Java Edition players would normally get. So one change to Axolotls is that, and if we summon a ton of them in, then spawn in some Guardians, an Elder Guardian, and also a couple of Drowns. All of these mobs will now actually attack the Axolotls on sight, meaning that, yeah, you might have a mini war in your oceans. I think it's a really cool feature. And this is also a good time to point out that there has been another bug fix where basically Axolotls, when they are playing dead, like what these ones are doing right now, their tails will basically no longer move. So in previous betas, their tails would move around, whereas now their tails don't, which, makes it more realistic that it's playing dead. So some changes with the Azalea now. If you block either of these, then you will actually get the correct blocks, whereas before you wouldn't. I don't know what block you were getting before, but yeah, you will actually get the correct, Azalea. I believe what would happen is if you tried blocking the flowering Azalea, it would actually just pick the normal one, and this one was okay all along. But the changelog doesn't give much more details, so that is all speculation. However, if we now actually place the flowering Azalea and normal Azalea on clay, then we can actually bone meal them. So let's just test this. And there we go. As you can see, it grew, and we can do it again, and it grew again. And I have to say, these are a very funny shape and quite low. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about these. I don't know. I think they don't look super Minecrafty, especially this one, I think. But yeah, I don't know. We'll get used to them. So the next change is to do with the hanging roots, and that is that they are now destroyed by water. So if we place water in this back block, as you can see, the water will flow, destroying them. However, it does not drop the hanging roots, which I think is a missed opportunity, because if it did drop the hanging roots, then we would be able to have some sort of automatic hanging root farm, maybe, possibly. So eggs and snowballs basically will no longer have like a shadow underneath them. So I'll put some footage on screen now in the latest release, and I'll also slow it down, but you'll be able to see that there is basically a sort of shadow, where the eggs and snowballs are being thrown, whereas now it has been removed, which is really good. This is a bug that has been in the game for quite a while and was, if I remember correctly, fixed and then added back in again. So a change to do with skeletons and powdered snow turning into strays have happened. So if we just put the skeleton into the powdered snow, then basically it will now take 20 seconds instead of 45 seconds to turn it into a stray, which is just going to basically increase the speed of which we can get beacons. Because if you don't know, strays, when they are blown up by a charged creeper, actually drop with a skeleton skull's heads, which means we've just got a really easy beacon farm, which is incredibly exciting. And also kind of cheaty, so I hope they patch that bug soon, but I also don't want them to patch it because at the same time it's super useful. So the next change is to do with maps, and if I'm understanding correctly, because once again, changelog is a little bit, lacking of information, but it basically says that it has fixed a bug where when the map was created, it centered on a player's position. Now, we can test this by simply creating a map, and if we're in the center, then it's wrong. We're not in the center. The problem is this also isn't a locator map, so oops. So let's try that again. So if we create this map, are we in the center? No, we are not. So I believe what this is happening is in previous versions, you would now be in the center of a map, whereas when you created it, whereas now you can be anywhere on the map when you create it. Personally, I prefer it this way because it just means that making a map, sort of like wall, is just 10 times easier. And other than a couple of technical changes that nobody other than super technical people really care about, we are going to end this video right here. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe to join the Alien Empire today. I'll see you in the next video coming soon. Bye!